To all the non-believers.
How did that?
To all the non-believers. Especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat.
So how did that just feel?
Felt great. Poetic justice. We know we were a much better team than we came up and represented ourselves. And we were pissed off. We was ready to come back and show what kind of defense, what type of team this was, what kind of character we had. We take a lot of slack. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it in playoffs. We're a good football team.
It looks like this team played with anger all day. Why, Bart?
For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected.
Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.
Back to you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me on Season 2, Underneath the Bright Lights of the Standard. Recording from the cheap seats. I'm your host, W. Goodell, and here we are, calling this Season 2. You know, haven't seen you guys for a while on this platform, on you know, where we get more in depth of, you know, there's a lot of things. It's more unadulterated, of course. You know, we know what time it is from the beginning. That's what we do here. We're gonna come right in. We're all grown, you know, so we're gonna tell it like it is. Fuck feelings. And we haven't had a show since June, I believe, with since the KD Achilles injury. That's the last time we had a show, and the finals, and then KD joins the Nets. You know, all the merry-go-round in the NBA free agency, in the greatest free agency class in the last 10 years that just passed. Westbrook going to the Rockets. He got traded after George asked for the trade. He goes to the Clippers to join Kawhi Leonard from the world champion Raptors, and everything else that went around. Kyrie to the Nets, and so on and so forth. But we're going to talk a lot about the NBA in the weeks to come when it's time. But right now, priority is probably the National Football League, because it's upon us. And, you know, this time of the year is a great time of the year. You know, we just got through the summer. You know, we're all on vacation, doing what we're doing, or staying home and making money, or staying in their hometowns making money. And, you know, hopefully it was a productive summer for you, you know. But here we are. School is back, and so is the Standard. And to me, this is the best sports time of the year. September, October, November, you know. The NFL is here. College football junkies, you can get your fix. You know, I know you boys down south, y'all love that shit, man. I feel you. Y'all make me love that shit. Because, you know, in New York, boys, you know, honestly, the culture's not like that here with the NCAA football. I respect the hell out of it, man. You know, I'm a little jealous. I'm like, damn, you know. But, you know, this is a baseball town and a basketball and a football town. Pro sports here. But, you know, sports is a way of life regardless. And the NCAA is here. The NFL. The NFL's in their 100th anniversary. They're celebrating it. They're trying to overcome the distractions by the dynamic, enigmatic spectacle of a wide receiver superstar, Antonio Brown. Obviously, we're going to get into that. The baseball season held down the summer. You know, turning the end, there's always a game on for you if you want. It's not the most exciting thing in the earth compared to the more popularity of the others, as we know. But I'll tell you one thing. When the MLB playoffs roll around in October and we're in the September pennant chase, even guys who don't watch regular season, a lot of those guys tune in October, because that baseball playoffs be janking. That thing, it be popping for real. Like, you know, you want a good game, you know, everything on the line, people get, yeah. So, and then that's part of this lineup, this fall lineup. The NFL and then the NBA and NHL will follow around Halloween in the middle of October, around that time. You know, about a month away for those guys, I believe. Okay, so yeah, AB, man, AB. The NFL's having their 100th anniversary. They're trying to do their little thing. They're trying to show all their history from the 60s and 70s. The great, you know, 49er, Cowboy team, Steelers, you know, Bart Starr, Lombardi. They just showing all their footage, you know, trying to get that nostalgia, trying to trying to educate the young guys who don't know. But you know all that? They're trying to do their things the 100th anniversary, baby. But, of course, it's being hijacked in a way. Because Antonio Brown's been the story. Antonio Brown, every people who don't even know what's going on have seen this guy on the TV, in the news. He's everywhere. He's on ABC World News Tonight. You know what I'm saying? Diane Sawyer was talking about him. Come on, baby. You know? And now he has these newest allegations, these new sexual assault allegations by his physical trainer, his personal trainer. It's funny. It's so apropos that we start episode 1 or the first episode of the new season with AB, because AB started my first ever show. He did. You go check it out. I talked about AB from the beginning. First ever show, the Standard. We talk about AB's AB all the time, and he's taking over the newsreel. He's become a major. And you know what's crazy? The first show, he was on his way out of Pittsburgh. That was in January. Since then, he's been on another team, and then since then, he's on the Patriots. And as almost it was written, as I got I'm gonna take a little, like I told my man Mike, I'm gonna get my little flowers. I'll take the flowers. I did say that AB would get released and join the Patriots. I just said that days before it happened instead of hours or like other people. But yeah, he has become, like I said, he's become such a spectacle, and no one knows. And I mean, the sexual assault allegations is a civil lawsuit put together by former someone he employed and a former alumni from his school at Central Michigan. And this young lady has accused him of assaulting her on 3 different occasions and 3 different degrees. The first time she claimed that he ejaculated on her while she was clothed. He ejaculated on her when she was clothed. The second time, she said that he, I believe he was naked and he kissed her. He forcibly kissed her while he was naked, or he grabbed her, but he kissed her forcibly, and he was exposed. And then she said, and the first time that happened with the ejaculation situation, AB, the accuser said that Antonio Brown begged her to come back, apologized, and after she left, like, oh my God, this guy did this and that, she left. So she says that he begged her to come back, and she complied with it, and she was like, all right, fine. She comes back, and AB violates her again, and then the same thing happened, and then the third time, she said that he physically held her down and raped her. In the complaint, there's proof of a lie detector test that the plaintiff has. This is a civil suit. There's no criminal charges. There was no criminal charges filed. But in the paperwork, there's the lie detector test that she has supposedly passed, and then she says she has text messages, and there's some text messages circling around the internet. Anybody with my FB page see me? I put some of the stuff on there. Me, like I said, man, you get the fact. I give it to you. You can put it together on your own. You're a grown up. We're grown ups. I don't have to tell you, and I can't tell you right now, but I know what I think. I think it looks kind of crazy, but I'm a man, and I'm not in those shoes, in that perspective. But with that said, the timing looks awfully suspect, and it is what it is. Before that, AB was in all kind of antics with the team, and now he's in a civil investigation with being accused of criminal, sexual, deviant like accusations. So it's real interesting, man. Like I said, this guy's on the timeline over and over. The text messages are there. There's photos of him and her together after said violations occurred. So all of this is coming in so quickly. Yesterday morning I talked to a friend, and it had just came over the night before, and all of the stuff wasn't even out yet. It was just, you heard that she was accused. We was talking about it. I didn't know what was going on. We had a big thing about it. Later on in the day, I'm looking at the newsreel, and I see the videos come up and the text messages. It looks but not saying that the young lady is lying. But I'm definitely not saying she's telling the truth. But like I said, the proof's in the pudding. Here we are with that. You know, this is a new era. You know, and respect will be shown to due process. It's with me. I'm still, you know, if you get with me, we have a couple drinks, we kicking, I got my feet up, I'm like, yeah, man, I think that she telling the, oh yeah, you know what I mean? You know, because people like to say things. Yeah, I know this, I know that, for sure. I don't say shit unless I know for sure. And the reason I say that is because people who do that, even me, when I say I know for certain this, even if I find out if it's wrong or something I said is wrong, I will say, yo, my bad, I was wrong. Even though as much as I might hate to say it and I want to say it, you know, I will, because it's only right. A lot of people don't do that. They just say whatever they want. They cast stones, they throw stickers on people, and then you find out the shit ain't true or it is true. Motherfuckers don't say nothing. Motherfuckers be ghost. And I never liked that. I never respected that. I never respected people who do that. You know, if people who do that, I can't with you. I can't ever, I don't like that. So you gotta be like, yo, you gotta be able to stand up and say, yo, I was wrong about that shit. So with that said, it's gonna be an interesting season now, isn't it? We had a lot of good games this past Sunday, a lot of interesting games. I mean, that Detroit Arizona game, that ended the game that ended up a tie when Murray played so awful in the first half. The rookie quarterback out of Oklahoma, who plays for the Cardinals, the 5'8" quarterback. He's so tiny, yo. It's amazing. He like almost the same height as me. It's crazy, man. He out here throwing the rock. I see it now in the league, yo. These linemen are 10 feet taller than the QB, but he showed a lot of heart on Sunday in the fourth quarter and in the overtime against the Lions. The Lions gave them opportunity with bonehead plays by Amendola and others, but and it gave the Cardinals an opportunity to get in a situation where they could tie the game and almost win it in overtime, but they were ultimately not able to do that, and they ended up with a tie against the Detroit Lions. The Browns situation with that beating they took at the hands of the Tennessee Titans, and I feel like a genius because I picked the Titans. I put money on the Titans. I felt great about the Titans, and when I hit and they punched the Browns in the mouth, I gloated about the Titans. I loved it. The Browns got everything they asked for in week 1. The silent murderer came in there and stabbed them all in the gut, and that was the Tennessee Titans. You act like you're a hot shot, you get reminded that this is where the big boys play, and that's what happened to the Browns. With that said, the Browns are going to be looking for redemption on Monday night against the New York Jets, and I'm worried about my Jets because their corners are horrible, and you're gonna go against Beckham and Landry, them LSU boys, and everybody, and a pissed off Mayfield. It could be a problem. I'm really worried. And now the quarterback Darnold's gone down with mono. I don't know how this motherfucker. I don't know who he's fucking with. I don't know whose mouth he's putting on his, but he got mono and he's out. They talking weeks, man. He's gonna miss a couple of games. So I don't like the Jets' chances in against Cleveland, man. I don't like it. Where's that game at? Where's that game? Let me see. Bugging, I should know, right? Where is it? The game, yeah, it's here. The game's in MetLife Stadium, excuse me. I don't like their chances. So that means the Giants are going to be playing. The Giants are going to be playing Buffalo, and they're going to be playing in MetLife as well. And the Buffalo, man, Buffalo's defense, I'm not just saying it because they kicked the Jets' ass all up the field, because the Jets are a mediocre football team. They're an average football team, not a media. They're 8-8, 9-7 football team, in my opinion. And that's why I would have told you if we'd have had a football preview, if we'd have brought that in. But we're here now. And the Giants, man, against Buffalo. I don't like neither New York football team's chances this weekend. I don't like the Dolphins' chances either against the Pats. The Patriots is them against the world. The Patriots are like a crime war, like a crime family, yo. They like a mafia, yo. Like They're an organization, yo. And all they ask is trust within each other. Once you're in, you're in. You know? And you can get put out too, but when they got their secret society type thing, they do what they do. They don't trust outsiders. They bring people in. It's like a cult. Yo, man, the Pats, man, I have a lot of respect for that organization, man, the way they do their shit. A lot of people, in turn, feel opposite of me because they feel like they're cheaters or whatever they call them, but I think, you know, you're not doing enough, man. They are. And my favorite teams in that division, they haven't done anything wrong to us. You know, they just did what they were supposed to do, and we haven't. That's how I look at it. So, you know, salute to them. They're gonna do their thing. So Andrew Luck shocked the football world weeks ago, towards the end of preseason, and he called retirement. He called it quits early, and a lot of people blasted him and everything. And I mean, my opinion of it is, yo, he didn't want to play no more. The motherfucker don't want to play. He don't got to play. He gave the money back. He could have stayed there and collected checks and not gave a shit and gave them bullshit, and they would have stuck around with him. He could have juked them for 2 more years, 30 a pop. He didn't want to, man. This man, this man had a busted spleen. He almost bled to death on the field, yo. Was his liver or spleen, one of them was lacerated. I mean, he don't want to play ball no more, man. He's a different guy, man. The guy's got a flip phone. You know, he's 29 years old. The guy's got a flip phone. He's not, he's not a regular guy. The guy want to retire, So be it. Life goes on. The Colts played against San Diego last week, and they played a hell of a game with Brissett. It wasn't enough to get it done. Sorry, San Diego. The LA Chargers. They played against the Chargers last week, and they weren't able to get it done, but they played a hell of a game, And I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. The guy played as much as he could. He was beat up. He's in the training room a lot. When he played, they were phenomenal, and the ride is over. So where are we going now? Team USA basketball. They got beat by France on September 11th, yesterday. They got handled by the Frenchman, Frank Ntilikina.
What Frank Ntilikina, is that how you pronounce it? How he played tonight has obviously showed a lot of promise.
Frank is like, yo, I'm gonna, he hears what people say about him and everything, and he busted. It's crazy. Team USA, they've come so far from up to down, but it's not like it doesn't make sense, because for the simple fact that when the pinnacle of USA basketball was 1992, the Dream Team in Barcelona, of course, everyone knows that. Even people who run around, they know that it's the greatest team put together. It's beating people by 80 and whatnot. Basketball went international when the Dream Team went to Barcelona. That's when basketball and the globe started seeing it, and that was what they wanted to do. They wanted to spread the game out globally, and they've done that. And the international players have gotten better and better and better, and now here we are 27 years later, and you got Frenchmen whooping Team USA's ass. A team that was put together on the fly and thought that they were good, thought that they was cool, and then they went in there and they played against teams who been playing together for years, and they got their ass kicked. Like that's how it should be in sports. And it should be respected. Because with the video game era, since forever we can just put whoever we want on whatever team we wanted. And you just put them, you can simulate it, and the motherfuckers win 69 games. But it's not like that in real life. Camaraderie and experience together means a lot. It means the world. It means winning, losing, the difference between those two. So, and that was proven. And we're going to see where Team USA goes from here. They lost the World Cup. They were eliminated by the French on September 11th. So, with that, here we move forward. And the boys of summer rolling around. The Mets just played today. They beat the Diamondbacks again. And they're like 2 games. They're like, 2 games out of the wild card slot? Once again, here we go. Once again, yeah, they're 2 games out. It's crazy, man, because the Mets, people thought they were done. Then they got that 10-game winning streak, and then they started losing again, and everybody's like, oh, they're done again. They were like 5 back. Now they're back again, red hot, winners of 7 of their last 10, trying to get in the playoffs. You know, chasing the Cubs, chasing the Brewers, and the Brewers just lost Yelich for the season, the MVP. So we're gonna see, man. You know, hopefully the boys from Queens, man, they can get in, man. You know, I'm not a hater, man. I got love for them boys. Everybody knows I got love for them boys. They got the Phillies right behind them. Philly, what's up? The Phillies is on their ass. They on the Mets' ass. They half a game out, and then the Mets just finished beating up on the Diamondbacks. They're back right behind them. So the National League, the wild card slot is crazy. You know, Washington's on top of it, and you know then it's Milwaukee, then it's the Cubs, then it's the Mets, then it's the Phillies, then it's Arizona. You know, and that's the National League. They're all within 5 games of each other. You know, Arizona looked like they might be toast after the whipping they would take from the Mets. On the other side of the coin, in the American League playoffs, you got Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Oakland. 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. And they all are within a game of each other, a game out in the loss column. You know, Tampa Bay got 60 losses, Oakland got 60 losses, Cleveland got 61. So, you know, gun to my head, I would say Tampa Bay and Oakland will get in. And on the other side, you're forcing me to pick. If you're forcing me to pick, Washington's already in there. So that last slot, I think Washington's already going to get in. That last slot, I'm going to... Yelich is gone, man. I don't want to say... I'm going to go against the Mets, man. Because hopefully that, you know, I give them... Hopefully that'll help them get in, you know? You know? So we'll just say the Cubs are going to get in. A little biased, right? I'm not biased, but, you know. But, yeah. But the facts are the facts, man. You know, the Mets, their bullpen has stunk all year. And, you know, they're a good team. They shouldn't be in this situation, but they deserve to be in this situation. They deserve it. You know, Brody, we're going to see what happens, baby. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens, Brody. Brody Van Wagenen and his Metropolitans. You know? So, now, you know, we got a lot of things. It's going to pop off, right? It's going to pop off, you know. Put the little show together. We're going to have, our guests are going to come through. We're gonna put some stuff together, put some programs together, you know. Real quick, we're here. We're back.